I just see a technical fight. It's one of those I like to watch. I like to see somebody get caught with a big punch. But I think it'll be a very technical fight, a bit of back and forth. I think I would almost give the edge to Devin Haney just because of his size and his reach, and he's a very good boxer. So Lomachenko's been in. He hasn't always been the bigger guy either. So he's used to that the bigger men and longer, rangier men. So I see a back and forth battle or a very close fight. I don't see it just a one-sided fight because both of those fighters are at the top and are excellent fighters. I enjoy watching them both, and I just look for a good, exciting fight with Devin using his size and his reach and his boxing skills, and that's something that Lomachenko just has to get past. And I think you'll see spurts of him because he's intelligent enough to get past some of those tools from Haney, and I see Haney making adjustments. I just see a back and forth fight. Maybe it won't be so clear to the public as back and forth, but me watching it, I look for different things, and I just think it's going to be a back and forth battle, with the two excellent fighters in the ring that night.
Do you think he wins the fight against Lomachenko?
Yes, I do. I think he wins nearly every round. I mean, a lot depends on. I see Lomachenko as a faded fight. I always believed Devin could beat him. I mean, we were trying to get that fight 3 years ago when Loma was more in his prime. But I believe he wins that fight comfortably.
I would love Loma to do it, but I just don't know how much he has left. I want to see how much he has left. Haney's a very good fighter, massive as well for a lightweight. Lomachenko, obviously the smaller guy in the fight, and his style, because he's the most unique style in boxing. Well, I say unique, but him and Usyk have a similar sort of style, don't they? But I don't know if that style, as you get older, people have to kind of alter their styles a little bit because it's so much, it's energy consuming, his style. Whether he can still do that for 12 rounds, all the movement and the jumping around, has to be seen. I love Lomachenko, but I'm just edging Haney in this fight just because of his size, I think, and maybe being the fresher fighter.
I love watching Loma as a southpaw and somebody who studies the game, and what he's shown over years is brilliant to watch. I would like him to win. Haney seems to have, and rightly so, he's got a chip on his shoulder. He's the youngest undisputed champion ever. But I see a Haney win. I think he'll do what's necessary to win. He's huge for weight. We've seen when he makes the weight, he don't look great. But yeah, I think his size, his youth, will be the factor.
Want to go to the cards?
Yeah, I think he will. Yeah, I think it'll go. I think Haney he's very disciplined. He showed he can be very disciplined over 12 and do what he needs to do to win.
Very, very good fight. Very tough fight for both. I think Lomachenko beats him. Yeah, he beat Gamboa's comfortable twice, Devin Haney. But the Lomachenko that lost against Teofimo, that wasn't Lomachenko, that I know. And I think we'll see one of the best Lomachenkos to date when that fight comes up. He has to be.
I think it's a very interesting fight. I think, for me, I just think he's a little bit too big for Loma. He's tall, he's big and he's strong. He's young and he's sharp and he's fresh, so I just think he's got all that on his side, and I think that he'll win then. But you can never count out Lomachenko. You know what I mean? He's an absolute great of the sport, and his angles and his footwork and the way he moves is unbelievable. But I just think, he's been at the top for a long time. He's been here, there and everywhere. He's had well over 300 fights as an amateur and 2 Olympics and all that. So he's had a long career. I think he's at the other end of his career now. But still a very, very live dog in this fight, and it can go either way, but I'm edging towards Devin.
That's a good fight. I'm rooting for Lomachenko. Was one of my favourites. I'd love him to do it. tough fight for him. Size-wise, I think it could be a little bit like the Lopez fight, just a bit too big for him. But, you know, I open on, if he's not too big for him, then Lomachenko can easy, you know, fiddle Devin Haney out.
Listen, I think I still favour Lomachenko.
What makes you say that?
He's a genius, you know. He's a genius, and I think he'll just know a bit too much.
It's a brilliant fight. There was a lot of chat whilst I was over the other side of the pond on who ranks top of their pound for pound list, and you know where it finishes up. And in everybody's top 5, there was no mention of Devin Haney. Not Lomachenko, certainly of a few years ago, was certainly in there, but no Devin Haney in there from anybody. And that's, you know, shows you the depth in fighters that are out there at the top level at the minute. Because I think Devin Haney looked very, very, very good. A very good fighter. So difficult to beat. But if there was any man out there that was able to beat Devin Haney, you wouldn't bet too much money against Lomachenko, would you? Because if there's still enough there, I mean, his record speaks for itself. Certainly his amateur record as well. His pedigree is ridiculous. It's just what's left in the tank. Does he still have that spring in his step? Does he still have that ridiculous hand speed? Because all of these things start to fade as time goes on. Like I say, Father Time waits for no man. So naturally your body starts slowing down. But if there's still shades of the old Lomachenko, this fight is a toss of a coin. I think I do have Devin Haney favourite, but it'd be a cracker. It'd be a cracker. I hope there's still some big nights left in Lomachenko because I'm a huge fan of him.
So I've picked Haney from the beginning with this one, and I'm not going to change my mind now. I think I have slightly changed my mind when it comes to how he's going to go about it. I think he might surprise us. It's not a perfect comparison to talk about Fury Wilder 2 because these are not heavyweights and they're not in any way similar. But at the same time, it is possible for somebody to come out and do something that you really don't think they will do and that you don't think they necessarily need to do. And I just get the feeling that Haney feels that this is the occasion and the night to come out and do something that people aren't really expecting him to do. And I think that Lomachenko might feel those 397 amateur fights plus all his pro fights in there. And I think Haney will stop him.
Stoppage?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Late stoppage for Devin Haney.